Hey, my wonderful Leos. Christina here with Ginger Mama Tarot. Coming at you with your Leo, Divine Masculine, reading for the month of August. Happy birthday. I hope all of you are doing well. I want to remind you that genders do not matter when we talk about energy, okay? My website, gingermama.com, has literally a breakdown of wounded masculine, wounded feminine energy. Your body, your skin suit has zero to do with which energy you are. Zero. It has to do with your childhood. It has to do with how you were brought up. It has to do if you're more avoidant or anxiously attached in a connection, okay? And our goal is to balance this so we embody both. But in the United States and other countries, they're not familiar with that yin-yang terminology, so we use masculine and feminine energy as representation. But that has nothing to do with your physical appearance. All right, I talk to men all the time, male bodies, who are divine feminine energy. They need to go watch that one. I talk to female bodies who are definitely masculine energy. I know it's difficult, okay? Try to take gender out of the equation. If there's a channeled image or message, try to understand why it was sent for you. Don't look at this like, oh, they're only talking to them or them. No. All the channels and readers, we're all trying our best to make sure everyone understands that, okay? So, as I was channeling for you though, the song that was coming in, it's by a woman, what is her name? Alexa, play We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off. It's a beautiful song.
We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off by Ella Eyre on Amazon.
Ella Eyre. It's a beautiful song. I don't know if you ever heard it. But I was picturing someone on a lake, on a boat, like all day, like flirty, like in their bathing suits, just like fun, but there was like this spark and it was really slow and gentle. And then like later in the evening, it's like they're on a dock and there's like stars and it's just really gentle, like barely holding hands. Like this wasn't like, I need you, but there was interest. That I want you skinny dip. You guys gotta slow it down. Quickly, that's your game. Stimulate my brain. Oh, these cards, what? Easily. Oh my God. I gotta let this finish for 1 second. Not the whole thing. Learn your scope. Oh. Some class. Why'd you have to move so fast? We don't. Alexa, stop music. We don't have to take our clothes off. And I'm not saying you're not going to get to that point, right? But many imbalanced masculine energies, whether it's because of abuse, trauma, just the way culture sexualizes human bodies, they're obsessed with this like, oh, I just met you. Oh, it'd be so hot to just like get passionate and steamy. And like, I picture, it's like these movies you watch or shows where like everybody has sex like that. And then they're like, oh, that was so sexy. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Like, how does it feel after? How's it working for you? Are you feeling so fulfilled and happy? And like, I mean, I feel like you're having an awakening around this or you're being called to, especially this first week in August, okay? Well, the first 2 weeks of August, all right? The first week in August, especially if you have Scorpio or Libra placements, we have the moon there hanging out a little bit, or Aquarius placements, that's going to be big for you, or your counterpart does. We have the full moon in Aquarius on the 11th, okay? Also, check out your moon and rising signs. I'm telling you, every time I say this, my crown tingles. You need to watch your divine masculine, moon, and rising too. They are critical, okay? Possibly your Venus. I know it's a lot. But you have time, there's a whole month. It's much more detailed and helpful than these 3-minute, videos online. It's very, very helpful, okay? But you're having an awakening around this of like, what would it feel like to have true connection, to allow someone to see into me? When we talk about intimacy, intimacy is not about body parts rubbing up against one another, okay? Intimacy is allowing someone to see into you. Someone giving you the honor of allowing them to see into them without a mask on, without a facade, in genuine truth and trust, okay? Because once you can do that, I am telling you, everything you want physically is easy. It is beautiful. You are counterparts, guys. You mirror anything you want, they want. Anything you think, I'm telling you. There's a song, I don't know what it's called. I really don't know what it's called, but The guy who sings it, he talks about divine union with his twin. And literally in this song, he says, there is nothing more magical than divine union. And he's referring, the entire song is about sex with your twin. I need to find this song. But it's like, it is sexy to listen to these lyrics. He's like, no, there's no, this is otherworldly. And I think many of you are kind of like, yeah, I guess I'm sick of these like really basic sexual encounters. You know, you're realizing there's something more. Hand of God confirming. So focus on that and focus on releasing like some of you masculines, I feel like you get to a place where like, okay, if I'm going to step forward to them, then I still need to go screw 6 other people. It's like, what is that about? And by the way, if you're with your twin, it doesn't mean that you can never have sex again with anyone else. It just means that there's an accountability factor here of A, you'd speak the truth if that was what you wanted to do. B, that the person you're sleeping with is also highly evolved, spiritual. They're not some dark entity, okay? They're respectful. So like, I just, for masculines, it's about accountability. It's not about never having sexual intimacy with someone else. That's not what this is about. It's about having to speak your truth and allow someone to be vulnerably, to see you, to see someone else, to have the responsibility of both of that, right? But you have victory here if you can slow it down and really think the first couple weeks here, what would this feel like? What would I want? What would this look like? 4 of Wands, look at this. This is the twin flame card. This card is about commitment. Also, slow it down this month. Think about what commitment looks like. Like I just said, commitment can be, I'm committed to speaking the truth to you. I'm committed to not being upset if I don't follow through with what I say. So for example, you have avoidant attachment styles, right? Or an avoidant attachment style. Please understand that if you're feminine, if you reach back out and you say, hey, let's hang out this weekend. They say, okay, great, when? And you don't respond, they're allowed to be angry by that. That is unacceptable. You wouldn't do that at work, or you'd lose your job. You wouldn't do that in life. You're doing that to avoid intimacy. So if they call you out on that, you have to be committed to this. You have to have a conversation, like make an agreement, like, okay, and speak your truth. Hey, I'm not going to talk to you this week because I'm so busy at work. I just need some space. We've been hanging out recently. I need space. Can we talk on Friday? I don't want you to worry. I'm not doing anything shady. I will reach out to you on Friday. Then if you do not reach out that following Friday, they reach out to you and say, hey, what's going on? Why didn't you respond? And then you need to take accountability. You know what? I did it again. I don't know. And sit with understanding that. But you have to allow the vulnerability to occur for you to be able to say that that's okay with you. It's okay with me if I'm being honest with you. It's okay with me if you're correcting me in real time. And they're not correcting you. They're not your freaking mothers, okay? They're not trying to correct you. They're just trying to hold you to the standard in which you are choosing to set yourself. So by stepping back to them, that is commitment to you evolving and growing. And understand they had to learn how to pull back and heal their codependency, which is why many of them have been in isolation to a degree through their healing journeys, okay? So don't make this about them. Make this about you right now. And do not reach out unless there is some form of serious commitment there where you're saying that, hey, I'm committed to this. I want this. If you're not, then don't do that, okay? All right, as we hit the 22nd, we are in Virgo season. Yeah, see, many of you are envious of them, by the way. Queen of Pentacles reversed. You're envious of your counterparts. You're like, it's not fair. They got it before me. It's not fair, this and that. Well, that's your ego you got to release, guys. The fact that you want to be right more than you want love or a connection is the problem. And you will never be happy if that is your goal in life, is to be right. Just throwing it out there. Do you want to be right or do you want to move on? You know, some people would rather be right at all costs for the rest of their life, and that's fine. That's up to you. You could have air sign placement, especially in your chart too. This imbalanced ability to make a decision. You're just sitting there like, I don't know. Look, 6 of Pentacles. Like, you guys, what is your deal? You know it's your person. You know you left them out in the cold. You know you broke their heart. You know you went totally ghost on them. And understand something. Ghosting someone, especially someone you had a connection with, especially if they simply asked to discuss or have a conversation, you completely cutting them out like that, without any type of anything, you think it's not a big deal. It literally is a form of emotional abuse, emotional torture. That's why we throw people in isolation, right? Put them in the hole. And you maybe don't view it as that, but that is what it is. Many people argue that it's actually a greater form of abuse than physical abuse. There's a clip somewhere, I don't know the exact movie, but a woman is really upset with her husband, and she said, because he's just stonewalling her. He won't speak to her. He is purposely doing this as a manipulation tool, basically ghosting her. And she gets so upset, she's reaching out to him and she's screaming at him, I would rather you hit me than to do this to me. And that is how a lot of women feel. And so the anger that they feel towards you, the frustration, that is valid. You are the abuser. Your parents, people in your life maybe did this shit to you, and you realize somewhere inside of you, hey, it worked, it really hurt me, so I'm going to use it to abuse other people. Are you proud of yourself for that? I mean, I know you can't be, right? But I want you to really dig deep, especially these first 2 weeks. You got to release this. What am I doing that is just not okay? I'm a controlling person. Who did I become? Why am I treating someone like this? Because many of you want to blame it on the past. Well, this happened to me, and that happened to me, and that person wasn't nice to me, and this and that. Well, I don't give a shit. This is a totally different person. What gives you the right to just treat every person if they don't do exactly what you want in the moment you want them to do it, like a piece of shit? And if you don't want them, fine. Why don't you go ahead and completely tell them that then? Don't string them along. Do not text them. Do not follow them online. Never speak to them, about them, or see them again. No thoughts of them, no energy towards them, nothing. If you don't want them, fine, move on. But you need to make a choice, and you need to make it soon. Because this just feels like very energy. It's like you guys want to think you're just, I don't know. I don't know exactly. We're going to move on to the end of the month, though, because this is separate than that, okay? I don't want to sit here and lecture you. All right, 22nd, Virgo season. 24th, we have Uranus retrograde in Taurus, okay? This is the time of personal responsibility, personal growth. Again, you're taking personal responsibility and accountability for the way you handle relationships, but furthermore, you're being called to take that to the next level in your own, how you present to the world, how you are handling your spiritual awakening journey. Are you giving back to the collective? Do you see the importance of this for the collective? Or are you still fixated on only you? It's all about me. It's all about me. Or are you like, wow, I can see how important this is, that other people have guidance and help on this journey. How can I contribute to that? How can I join that movement instead of competing with it? How can I do that without being what? Envious of other spiritual teachers and leaders? How can I just join in? Because there is no envy for me. When I see another spiritual person online, I'm like, go them. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's where you should be. If you're not in that attitude, you've got some healing work to do. You've got some healing work. You have some blocks there. And healing work is not just sitting around thinking about healing work. Healing work is taking an action, doing that thing. Okay, so this is going to get you in that mindset to do that on the 24th. And by the 27th, we have the new moon. You guys were in Virgo season, highly intuitive time. It's going to be a great time for insights. But that new moon is calling on you to set the intention, to set the manifestations for what you want to do going forward. So yeah, I mean, I just want you to know, if you're going to keep pushing this journey away and not pushing third parties away, outside energies, other people you've been screwing, because every time we have sex with someone, we carry their energetic fragments. If you cannot clear that, if you cannot heal things like envy and all of this right now, you're going to be feeling weaker and weaker, death here. And I mean that literally. I'm not saying you're going to die, but I'm going to say you have no idea how weak you will feel by the end of the month. You're going to be like, oh my God. And the reason is because God's like, you won't do it. You won't see yourself as worthy. You won't see that other person as worthy. And you won't judge the way you treated them. You continue to look at them and blame them for how this dynamic went, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, how did I fuck this up too? I'm not saying they're all angels and perfect, okay, you guys, not at all. But I am saying that you're the one that denied this connection. You're the one that didn't want to follow your intuition. And so therefore, you're the one that is being called to get out of your head and break chains to the devil, whether that be addictions, sexual addictions, self-limiting beliefs, envy, ghosting, just this need to control everything and everyone. That's a real God complex, to believe you control everyone. You control yourself. And the goal here is to control oneself in alignment with the higher realms. Your divine masculine, your divine feminine energy, the higher realms, this triangle, the trinity, the cross, whatever you want to call it, the heart center at the middle, the yin-yang balance. You need to work on yours. It's not about that other person. Until you can work on yours, you can't be with them at all. You can't communicate with them at all because it's not genuine. All right? Okay, that felt really heavy, all right? Let's clear that out this month. Let's do some work here at the end of the summer. And you're going to hopefully, if you did the work, be feeling much better by the time we get to Virgo season and into September, all right? So I will see you back in September for that. If you want more clarification on your journey, especially masculine energy, you guys, I'm not mean, I don't bite. I am direct, but I love talking with all of you, and I get a lot of breakthroughs. I feel like a lot of you do. I also offer email readings on my website, short 15-minute readings if you want to know where's my person at or where should I be at. Mission work information, I would love to talk to some of you about that, because so many downloads come in about that, especially if you book a half an hour or an hour reading. So feel free. There's also every other Sunday starting in August, I'm offering a half an hour guided meditation. It's just for twins. It's live. You can keep your screen black. You don't have to put your name up. But I'm telling you, it's very, very helpful, and it will help you clear out some of that energy. So I love all of you. My website is gingermama.com with the 3 A's. And if you can get out of your head and turn this wheel, I'm telling you, you also have massive money coming in. But the money feels like it wouldn't be till probably October, November. But that's only if you're really turning that wheel now and quickly. I know you're fixed, so you better speed it up a little bit, okay? Okay? I love you guys. You got this. I'll see you later. Happy birthday again.